Good morning, my name is Camila Luo. We are the group number 5 and we are going to talk about the origin of life. The origin of life has 5 theories. Creationist is someone who believes in God, who is absolute creator of heaven and earth, out of nothing by an act or free will. Means the taking of the Bible, particularly the early chapter of Genesis, as literally true guides to the history of the universe and to the history of life, including us, humans, down here on earth. Creationism, in this more restricted sense, entails a number of beliefs. These include, first, that a short time has elapsed since the beginning of everything. Young earth creationists think that Archbishop Usher's 7th century calculation of about 6,000 years is a good estimate. Second, that there are 6 days of creation. There is a debate on the meaning of day. In this context, with some insisting on a literal 24 hours, and others more flexible. Third, that there was a miraculous creation of all life, including Homo sapiens, with a scoop or debate about whether Adam and Eve came together or Eve came afterwards to keep Adam company. The Lord even created the marvelous hereditary machinery found in ornaments today, by which life can adapt to changing conditions. It is a marvel of divine wisdom that the entrance of death, no original part of God's plan, could be used by Him in this way to enable life to adapt to conditions of fallen world.
Hello, my name is Fiorella Ramirez and today I will talk about one gene of enzyme hypothesis. Idea advanced in the early 1940s, the each gene control of the synthesis of activity of a single enzyme. The concept with unit to file of genetics and biochemistry was proposed by American Genetics of George Well Blade and American biochemistry Edward Tatum, who conducted their studies in the mold. Their experiments involved the first exposing the mold to mutant inducing to X-rays, and then culturing in a minimal ground medium that contained only the basic nutrients that the wild type or non-mutating a trait of mold needed to survive. They found that the most strain of mold required to addiction of a specific amino acid to the minimal medium in order to grow. Using this information, the researchers were able to associate mutation in specific genes to this portion of individual normally produce the missing amino acids. This discovered one bottle and Tatum the 1958 for physiology or medicine, shared with American Genetics. Although the hypothesis was amply verified in principle and has undergone considerable sophistication since 1940s. Today it is known that all genes encode an enzyme, and that some enzymes are made for several short polypeptides encoded by 2 or more genes. Thank you.
My name is Ulises Mejia and I will tell you about spontaneous generation, the hypothetical process by which living organisms develop from non-living matter, also the architect theory that utilizes this process to explain the origin of life. According to that theory, pies of cheese embedded in rocks and left in a dark corner, for example, where we were to store the produced mice because after several weeks there were mice in the rocks. Many believed in spontaneous generation because It explains such occurrence as the appearance of maggots of decaying meat. By the 18th century, it had become obvious that either organisms could not be produced by novel material. The origin of the microorganisms such as bacteria, however, was not fully determined until Louis Pasteur proved in the 19th century that microorganisms reproduce. See also biopace. Thanks.
Arrhenius theory. Theory introduced in 1887 by the Swedish scientist Stefan Arrhenius. Diacids are substances that dissociate in water to yield electrically charged atoms of molecules, called ions, one of which is a hydrogen ion, and that base ions in water to yield hydroxide ions. It is known now that the hydrogen ion cannot exist alone in water solution. Later, it exists in a combined state with a water molecule. As the hydrogen ion, in particular, the hydronium ion is still customarily referred to as the hydrogen ion. The acid behavior of many well-known acids, sulfuric, hydroxylic, nitric, and acetic acids, and the basic properties of well-known hydroxides, sodium, potassium, and calcium hydroxides, are explained in terms of their ability to yield hydrogen and hydroxide ions respectively in solutions. Furthermore, such acids and bases may be classified as strong or weak acids and bases, depending on the hydrogen ion or hydrogen ion concentration produced in solution. The reaction between an acid and a base leads to the formation of a salt and water. The latter is the result of the combination of hydrogen ion and the hydrogen ion.
Theory of biochemical evolution. Several models for the origin of life have been suggested. The first modern model for the origin of life was presented in the 1923 independently by the Russian biochemist A.I. Oparin and later supported by the British evolutionary biologist J.B.S. Haldan in the 1922. The Oparin and Haldan theory is known as biochemical theory for the origin of life. According to the Oparin-Haldan model, life could have arisen through a series of organic chemical reactions that produced ever more complex biochemical structures. They proposed that common gases in the early Earth atmosphere combined to form simple organic chemicals, and that the symptom combined to form more complex molecules. Then the complex molecules become separated from the surrounding medium and acquired some of the characters of living organisms. They become able to absorb nutrients, to grow, to divide, reproduce, and so on.